Good afternoon, Pacers. I'm your anchor, Cullen Seacott, reporting from Channel 18 here at William Peace University. We are glad to be back from a relaxing and much-needed spring break. Here are how some of our students spent their time off.
Sarah Urban here, spending my spring break in Orlando, Florida at Universal Studios. Got to hit some roller coasters and have some fun.
Senior Lindsay Perry traveled to Dallas, Texas and toured the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Senior Kayla Fisher spent her spring break in the Appalachian Mountains. Here's a look at upcoming athletic events around Peace. Tonight, the William Peace University baseball team plays Virginia State University at 5 p.m. On April 5th, the softball team hosts Christopher Newport University at 2:30 p.m. On April 6th, the men's and women's tennis teams will host Shaw University starting at 2 p.m. On April 11th, the men's lacrosse team faces Chowan University at home at 7 p.m. Come out and support your Pacer athletes. #NayNation. We here at Channel 18 would also like to congratulate our lacrosse and swim team. They have had a wonderful first year. Now we take you to Finch Library, where we have our reporter Casey speaking with students and faculty about how they are preparing for the upcoming finals at the end of this semester. We take it to you, Casey.
Thanks, Cullen. I'm here at Finch Library in the Tutorial Center, finding out what students can do to prepare for exam time.
I'm Margaret Herder Hill, and I serve as the Tutorial Services and Academic Affairs Coordinator here at WPU. When it comes to studying in general, especially final exam studying, start early. Studying the night before and cramming is not really going to help you to retain knowledge for a course, which in the long run is to help you in your career field. You want to start at the beginning of the semester, making study guides, visiting your professor during their office hours, and coming to tutoring. So having all those things working together for you, you constantly have that knowledge going around in your mind and you're really absorbing it and taking it in and comprehending, as opposed to just holding on to it long enough to regurgitate it on the test. So start early. What I will say though is be honest with yourself. If you know that studying in your cottage is going to make you distracted because your cottage mates are there, then get out of that environment and perhaps come somewhere quiet. So just be honest with yourself about what distracts you and what's going to help you stay focused, and put yourself in an environment that's conducive to those things that help you stay focused.
We also check in with Gary, who sat down with first-year student Warren Gay to find out how he prepares for his busy time of the semester.
I'm here with Warren Gay, first-year student at William Peace University, also baseball player. With the season going on and exams coming up, how are you preparing?
So about 1 to 2 weeks ahead before exams start, I like to take about an hour out of my day and just study my materials so I won't cram right there at the end.
That's okay. So where do you like to study?
I like to go in the Pacer Hub. It's a good spot for me to get away from everybody, and with exams coming up, the library tends to get a little packed, so I like going in there and really focusing in.
Okay. What are your study strategies?
I like to listen to music while I study, and also I don't try to study much at one time with all our classes. I kind of break it up into intervals and take breaks and stuff.
Thanks, Gary. Looks like WPU students have many resources that they can take advantage of. Good luck to everybody. Today we have the privilege to talk with Peace alumni Sherry Hill, who is in charge of franchise sales for Wine and Design. She graduated in 2014 and has been doing great since. Here is Gary to report.
My name is Sherry Hill. I graduated in 2014 with a major in communications. So I work for Wine and Design's corporate office. I do their franchising sales and contracts for all the franchisees. So we were a paint and sip franchise, started here in Raleigh, North Carolina in 2010, and started franchising in 2011. Now we have over 80 studios in 16 states. So the whole concept is that you get to go to a class and an artist teaches you step by step how to do a selected painting, and you get to drink beer and wine while you do it. So Peace was a really great fit for me. The main reason why I chose Peace was the small environment, personal community. Really helped for me to have the internship program. Actually is how I got started with Wine and Design. My junior year for my internship, I started at the Raleigh studio as a marketing intern, and just kind of became a college job. And then once I graduated, I moved on to the corporate team with Wine and Design.
It seems that everything's running smoothly for Sherry after graduation. We wish her tons of continued success, and we'll send it back to you, Cullen.
Now stay tuned with us for a quick message from our sponsor.
My name is Courtney Fry, and I'm the creator behind The Painted Pearl. By day, I crunch numbers for a marketing agency in downtown Raleigh. At the end of the day, I find myself around the dining room table, which is where I get to just unleash my creativity. As I sit down and start creating necklaces and earrings and working the paintbrush with oils and acrylics and watercolors, it's just kind of turned into its own little small business that supports itself. It's something I'm proud of.
In other news, graduation is creeping up upon us. This is an exciting time for many of our students. We have our reporter Casey meeting up with Danielle Saracino from the Registrar's Office to get all the details about graduation.
My name is Danielle Saracino, and I am one of the assistant registrars here at Peace. Well, I think there's quite a few important things that students need to know before they graduate. I think one important thing that students need to be aware of is that there is a difference between commencement and graduation. Commencement is actually participating in the ceremony where you walk across the stage, and graduation is when the registrar's office makes sure you've completed all your degree requirements and confer your degree. So we stamp it and say you did what you had to do. A couple other things that we think are important is to make sure that students are aware of what your degree requirements are within your major and what the university degree requirements are, such as maintaining a 2.0 in your major and minor, making sure you've met the correct amount of 300, 400 level credits, and all that is outlined in the catalog, so you can use that as a reference. One important thing for seniors to think about, and I think it's important you start thinking about this as soon as you declare your major, is I know you have faculty advisors that are there as a guide to help you make sure you get all your degree requirements complete, but I also think it's important for students to take responsibility as well to keep track of your classes, make sure you're meeting the requirements, so that way when it's time for us to look over your audit, that we're not surprising you with anything. And the catalog is a great resource for you. The registrar's office is a great resource. Your advisor's a great resource to help you make sure you met all the requirements. But I think it's important that students also take time to keep track of what they're doing, during their career here.
I'm looking forward to graduating myself. Now back to you, Cullen.
And that's all the news we have for you this week. Until next time, I'm Cullen Seacott.